Hello everybody, my name is Xaphan, and welcome back to Aeon on Mosaic Anemone. In the last episode, we betrayed our friend, but we got a girlfriend, so you know, our best friends can't give us sex now, can they? Or can they? Let's get into it and see if I can remember the voices. Today's the day of our graduation photo. Although the road to this graduation is rough, in the end, I passed all the examinations. As the top student in her class, Ruta manages to get scholarships every year, so really there's no need to say anything about her. Graduation gown probably is going to be only worn once in our lives. It did not only represent the achievements of the 4 years of university study, but also the evidence of our efforts. See, I was a straight C-grade student, so I didn't go to university because fuck that. I didn't want to be working my entire, I mean, going to university and then doing all that sort of stuff, like working and uni. That shit's difficult. I wonder how does Ruta look in her bachelor's gown? The anticipation is killing me. I want to see that hot little thing. Godfather! A girl that was studying in the same class called out to me. If I remember correctly, she stayed in the same dormitory as Ruta. Huh? What is it?
Wasn't she with you?
No, I haven't seen her since this morning. Weren't you two from the same dormitory? Why aren't you two together?
There is no class, so there's no point in waking up too early.
I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that they're still yelling.
I remember that Rita went out early in the morning. Didn't she go to see you?
Went out early in the morning? I haven't even sent her a message this morning, but she didn't reply to me. Suddenly I got a little worried, since there's recently a lot of news about some girls getting robbed and so on. What if she got robbed? Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
Alright, what is it?
If you see her later, please ask her to send me a message. Bitch, I'll be looking straight for that queen.
Yeah, absolutely no problem. By the way, were you two quarreling or something?
No, we just, we had talked to each other, this morning. I quickly said goodbye to the girl before walking towards the west of the school. The west gate of the school is usually the only way to get in and out of the school. If Ruta had left the school, she must have passed through here. But if she had left early in the morning, waiting over here doesn't seem to help with anything. There are a few scattered groups of students that walked by me, but I failed to find Ruta amongst them. Suddenly, a figure appeared on the side of the school gate, and it seems like his leg is limping. Strange enough, after that incident, I haven't seen him, and he had not been bothering me too. Seems like I gotta thank him for that as well. Obsidian. You still remember me, huh? Obsidian lowered his head and sneered bitterly, in a volume that I could hardly hear. I don't know whether I should be apologizing to him or not. If it wasn't for me, he might not have turned out like this. After that day... What, still want to apologize? Still want me to apologize to you? It's none of your business on what happens to me. Look man, we're trying to be better. Really don't know what happened that day, but I'm actually quite fine now. School gave me a demerit and I don't have to care about graduation anymore. While working in the youth league committee, I know more than anyone what it means to get a demerit. Cannot get a degree certificate and even have an impact on the diploma and employment. Thanks to you, I'm open to it. Maybe I should do something I really like. Obsidian said and turned away from me, and finally I could not say that I am sorry. But seriously, if he shouts at me, or even beats me up again, it would actually make me feel much better. Don't feel guilty. You and Ruta had that chemistry. You had to go for it, yo. The way he smiles at me before leaving really makes me unease. What can I do to let him forgive me? Oh, my phone rang. Just at that moment, my phone rang. It was Ruta who replied to my earlier message saying that she had already arrived at the Rixon Square. Today is a special day. Can't let that little encounter with Obsidian affect us. And of course, I can't tell her about that incident too. Taking a deep breath and adjusting my mind, go back to the square to find Ruta. I'll find the chance to make up with Obsidian in the future. When I return to Rixon Square, a lot of students from my school have already gathered at the square. Although there wasn't really that many majors in this school, there's a lot of female students, and the scene of them all standing there is much to behold. Yes, all of the panties. Ah, there she is. Spotted Ruta from far away, right in the middle of the crowd. The way she looks around is quite cute, to be honest. Betcha she's like 4'5" too. I fake cough to get Ruta's attention. When she saw me, I can tell that she's a little angry.
Where were you? I couldn't even find you.
I think that's the voice I did for her last time. Right back at you. You didn't even reply to the messages that I've sent you this morning.
I was busy. But it was your fault to just disappear.
Oh, come on. At least be a bit reasonable.
Get some balls and take that a bit off.
Oh my god, yes, that is the best voice for her. The snarly little princess one. I was here half an hour ago when I couldn't find you. I had to head to the west gate to greet you.
I know, Amy's told me already. I went to pick up some packages this morning. Bought a bunch of food, including your favorite. I'm planning to have a little celebration tonight.
Celebration sex! I told you not to buy anything. The canteen's third floor had a new Sichuan sauce restaurant. The food is said to be rather delicious.
You aren't the only one who's eating these. You're not thanking me for the trouble but complaining to me now?
Alright. Thank you for the trouble. Even though I didn't ask you to, but you're still doing it.
Ass kisser.
The students around us have really changed into their gown. Already changed in their gown, but Ruta and I were still wearing the usual clothes. Seems like they're gonna take up the pictures soon. Let's go and change up.
Alright, but I heard them saying that we still need to wait for a while. The guys at the ad design majors are shooting first. But we could take some shots ourselves after we changed up.
Oh! Or during change up. Okay, I'll take the stuff, and you can go to change.
No need for that, we'll just leave them at the teacher's, since we had to take the rented gown from there anyway.
We put the things in our hands before getting the gowns from the teacher. I've only seen these from television and occasionally from the seniors that were wearing them, but now, with the gown in my hands, it brought a special sense of sweetness to me. Yes, sweet. Yeah, at my high school graduation, I don't know if American high school graduation does this as well. Like the whole gown thing, but mine, we just wore our regular school uniforms. And I flipped off everyone, it was great. Although the bright pink collar seems a little awkward for a guy like me, I'm very excited from the bottom of my heart. But it is mostly because I could finally see Ruta wearing the gown. This excitement is really hard for me to explain with my words. I managed to quickly change into the gown and return to the square, and it seemed that Ruta had not come back yet. The advertisement students besides me were already lining up in an orderly fashion, and it seems both their teachers and students were really excited about this. After all, for many people, this could only be experienced once per lifetime.
Well, that was fast.
Oh, she's adorable! Oh, god damn. In a brief moment, as I was looking at these students, Ruta has already finished changing and came right next to me. Ruta is that type of pure girls that is usually serious but rarely wears anything too formal. I've fantasized about her in her uniform many times because I'm a sick bastard and the things that I would do to her, but I have never seen her wearing them in reality. Today is finally a feast for the eyes, and it really suits her personality and shape.
Hey! Drifting out again? Is there something wrong with my outfit?
No, you're just so beautiful that I'm drawn into you. Okay, yeah, this is getting too sappy for me.
Don't you flatter me. You might be having some indecent thoughts.
What? She can read my mind or something? Yeah, I know it.
You're still talking about me. Look at your collar. Didn't Mr. Shen say that you need to wear a white shirt underneath it?
This is for the photo shoot. What's more, it is for the graduation photo. I got to wear something more festive.
And your pants. Why don't you wear a spotted one?
What's wrong with blue? I like blue. This is called casual. And self-expression. I am a very bland person.
Just don't say I know you when you get out.
How's that going to turn out?
To be honest, what did you think of this getup?
Well, yeah.
What is yeah? Moments ago you just said it was so beautiful.
Perfectly suitable for you, really. I used to think this type of uniform was perfect for you if you could just...
Don't you even try it!
Ruta pouts her mouth. I did not expect her to actually dislike wearing these types of clothes. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so I'll be sniffling a little bit. I've been sick for the past 2 weeks. It's meant... Oh, God, I have COVID. It's... actually nothing. You look good in anything.
Actually, I don't hate it either. I just felt that in this type of uniform... this type of uniform is a bit too old style and very uncomfortable.
When she said this, a blush appeared on her face and she became wildly cuter. Look at her beauty. I suddenly realized what she meant by uncomfortable. It is all because of... Alright, class. It is time for our graduation photo. You're all free to stand wherever you want, but the guys need to stand at the back row and try to arrange yourselves according to height.
Let's go. Better not keep them waiting.
The teacher's little announce managed to break the little wave of embarrassment that happened between us. We lined up in an orderly manner, took the photos with our department head and major lecturers. After which, few good pals took their group shots. All the students had begun to slowly form their own small photo groups. But since Ruta and I don't really have that many friends, we decided to leg it after we took the photos with the people from our dorms. Fucking yeet her right out of there! After everything that has been taken care of, we went back to the school's living area. Ruta, who had changed out of her gown, was silent on the way back. What was she thinking?
So this graduation, gotta walk our own way in life now.
Finally got free from the teachers and parents. Isn't it a good thing?
I've been with my parents and teachers since I was young. This will really take some time to get used to.
God damn it.
It's like a long novel with a sudden ending.
Oh god, that's foreshadowing right there. The end of the novel does not mean the end of the story for the characters in the novel. See? More foreshadowing.
Yeah, I know. It's just... I feel I'm not ready yet.
That's called social phobia, and I have plenty of it. Do you still remember that promise we made to each other?
Which promise?
The one with the dessert shop. I'll be the boss, and you be the bus lady.
So you still remember? I thought you were just saying it for the gigs. But I was hoping that we could go and chase after our own dreams and keep going.
No problem. Just like we can graduate smoothly. As long as we, you know, stick to it. I'm getting into it. I like how it's like, it's all in fragmentations. As long as we are together, there's nothing that could stop us. Whether it's school, career, love, or family.
Yeah.
Ruta finally smiled. Although her eyes still shone unknowing confusion, we both know whatever happens, we got each other. I held her hand tight. Oh! That's one memory fragment done. That was a pretty short one, to be honest. Can't believe this is like this seems to be like really short. Oh god, no. The noise of the venue is getting louder and louder. It is just a small publication conference, but I didn't expect to gather so many people. The host of the conference tapped on the microphone and signaled to the reporters to quiet down. The conference was about to begin. Today's a special day for me. Today's the day where my first paperback novel will be published. Okay. So yeah, this is like really short. I didn't realize how short this would be. But I mean, I'm still enjoying it. Although I had gained a bit of popularity onto the electronic literature sites, these were merely there for show. Oh god. Obsidian's gonna fucking do something bad. But after a few rounds of activities, I realized that there are more fans for this new work than expected. And of course, those gossip reporters had also raised their interest. We have prepared a question and answer session today. If anyone has any questions regarding Mr. Miracle's latest book, feel free to ask. As long as it is a suitable question, Mr. Miracle and his assistant, Miss Ruta, will not hesitate to answer. Soon, we had entered the Q&A session. Although the organizer had planned to just let me answer questions that were prepared beforehand, I had rejected his idea. See, it's always good to know straight from the people reading or doing whatever. That's why comments are always turned on. I always felt that to treat your own readers with truth and sincerity does not only boost the popularity of the author, but is also a responsibility of oneself. The reporters under the stage rushed to raise their hands, and the host randomly selected a few of them. Gossip reporter. Mr. Miracle, is there any connection between the new book Under the Cherry Blossom Tree and the Setting Sun, which you had serialized on the internet and received great acclaim? Although there are all youth themes, the stories they tell and the things they want to express are drastically different. It is said that this novel is based on your own experience. Is that true? Most of the characters that were created by most authors, God, my brain does not, were more or less the reflection of those people around them. But in this new novel, Under the Cherry Blossom Tree, most of the plots are indeed originated from my life. Oh, I think I know what's gonna happen. I think the creators might end up making one of his novels into a visual novel. Maybe. It's just a theory. A game theory. Hello, Mr. Miracle. I want to ask you, do you have any plans after that? What I mean is, you used to be an online writer, and now you are publishing physical books. What form of medium will you publish your works in the future? Actually, truth be told, serial novelette and physical one-shot paperback have in fact a huge difference in the narrative and the arrangement of the contents. All that is just words jumbled up together for me. I don't know. In the near future, I'll be considering what type of story I will be writing, as well as whether I should be serializing or doing a one-shot. However, serialized works should only be published after the entire series has been completed in one go.
Mr. Miracle, is it true that Miss Rooter is your university classmate?
That's an interesting question. That is none of your business, and she is still adorable. I looked back at Ruta, who was sitting next to her. Wait. Although she seems to be a bit embarrassed after all, she is indeed also my assistant. That was a bad sentence. Ahem. Today is Mr. Miracle's book publication conference, so let's not go too personal. It is alright, it's not really too personal. But I would like to ask my assistant to answer this question because I am afraid that if I do not answer it well enough, she will grumble again. I do not like these voices in my head. She gave me a stern look, but I smirked at her. She is no longer that shy girl from before. She had quietly sacrificed for me so much that I want her to have more opportunities to show the world what she really is.
Do you think even if you let me answer, I won't blame you? It is a joke, just a joke. We did go to university together and we were in the same major. In the new book, Under the Cherry Blossom Tree, the male and female protagonists are also students with the same school and major. Most of the plots are the literal reflection of our youth from our student days. So if you want to know more about our story, you should buy this book.
Wonderful phrasing, no less of my assistant. She did not only answer the reporter's questions perfectly and even promote the novel. Gossip reporter. So are you a couple now? The reporters beneath the stage erupted into excitement. The book publication conference has suddenly become a gossip conference. But I had prepared for this question. Actually, truth be told, while we were in our university relationship had already been great. But due to our busy career, all these relationship things were put on hold. I promised her I wanted to give her a better life. Now, since I had gained some popularity, and not to mention the latest book got published, so I took out the ring I had prepared from my pocket and handed it to Ruta! Shit! Yeah! So today I intend to fulfill the promise I've made at the time in the witness of everyone. Will you marry me? Woo! Applause erupted from beneath the stage, coupled cheers and whistles from the audience. I raised my head and looked at her face, which had turned as red as the sun.
You're making me look bad in front of all these people.
Ruta whispered it, but the microphone was not off, and I believe that everyone in the audience should have heard it. If you don't agree, the people beneath the stage won't let us go.
Well, it only seems that I can only say yes.
Cheers echo throughout the venue as if it is no longer the press conference anymore. I believe that the host is also confused now, but he should understand the matter and bless us. I want to commemorate this special day on the special occasion. This is probably the most romantic thing I can do for a person who lacks the knowledge of romance. The conference ended with such a lively atmosphere, and the reporters are satisfied to get all these gossips. Ruta and I took the initiative to stay and pack up the things with the staff, and found that there was still a person sitting in the back of the venue. Oh my god, Obsidian, let it go, man! Oh no, let me go back! I want to go back! The man was wearing a grey t-shirt, jeans, and a baseball cap. Cool, we did it. Although his face was hidden, I felt as if I had seen him from somewhere. Ruta, everything's almost packed, so I'll leave for a moment.
Okay, I'll arrange the stuff here first.
I know it's fucking Obsidian. I went down the stage and walked towards the man. The man sensed me as I was getting closer to him and looked up. I fucking knew it! Although I haven't seen him for 5 years, his face is scarred with the passage of time. I could still recognize him at a glance. What are you doing here? To congratulate my dear old classmates. Such an important event, and you did not even inform me about it. I've been trying to find you since graduation, but I haven't heard from you ever since. I heard you dropped out after that. There's literally nothing to do if I did not drop out. What's the point of staying in that school if I couldn't get a certificate or even graduate? With all these words, he lit a cigarette and puffed out. I heard that the new novel is about these university campus life. Even Ruta has a cameo. Do I have a part in it? Another villain in your story, right? There is a bit of story between the two of us. Good, good. Hey, I remember you said that I was so hard to get over stuff. Come to think of it, it's not really a big deal. I ruined your day, didn't I? During the book launch, and you even proposed during the press conference. And in the end, you meet me, the bad omen. In fact, I've always seen you as a friend. Don't even joke. The last time I saw Obsidian was at the school gate, and if I did help him at the time, it could make a huge difference. Offer him help, man. Ruta has some writing sites and knows some guys at the magazine publisher if you have anything. I'm living a good life now, and I don't need anyone's help.
Ken Valor, who's this man?
As the two of us were talking, Ruta has already finished packing up and walked to our side. An old pal, I guess? Alright then, I'll be on my way. I won't bother you two now. When I saw her coming, he immediately turned and left. Looking back at him, he's still limping. What the heck happened after that day? I wanted him to stay for a while, but the three of us together, it would be more awkward than anything. Ruta must still have a grudge against Obsidian. She does not want to see the two of us together.
Who's that man? Doesn't feel like a reporter.
Ruta frowned silently. I think she guessed correctly. Obsidian is the man who was causing the trouble for me at the time.
Why did he come up to you again?
Having her fears confirmed by me, she suddenly tensed up. Maybe it's just like he said. Just want to see me.
The new book has just been released, and if he causes any trouble, I don't think it will end well for both sides.
I know, but I don't think he's gonna do that anymore. He's grown the fuck up. Let's go, there's a dinner party at the publisher tonight. No matter how much he thinks about it, if Obsidian wanted to do something, no one could stop him. At the end of the dinner party, as I was accompanied by her on our way home, although we have not been married yet, we have lived together for more than a year. 5 years after graduation, with the rapid development of society, and we are no longer the innocent students in our youth. The only good thing is that we are still doing the things we love to do. We all drank a bit of wine at the dinner party, but Obsidian's appearance had obviously made her lose her interest in the dinner. What's wrong? Still thinking about that guy?
Well, it would be abnormal not to think about him. It's been 5 years since graduation, and we're almost 30.
Oof, damn. Still looking good. Fuck, I'm retarded.
It's not easy to have such an opportunity. It would be bad to screw it up just because of that one guy.
Ruta, you have always been a very rational person. I'm just saying, this current situation is really not that bad.
Have you forgotten what he did to you at that time?
I remember it clear as day. That's why I know he won't do anything. Like, we're different from the time when we're in school. Ruta sighed deeply, although she did not want to believe it. There is no other way.
We can only see how it's going to be, one step at a time.
The atmosphere seems to be getting heavier. I got to switch the topic to lift it. The water under the bridge flows gently under the pale moonlight. I can fondly remember when I was still in the university. There was also a litter stream outside the west gate. The streams converge in the park to form a miniature lake. I often went to sit by the lake with Ruta, pondering what we will do after graduation. Do you remember our promise at that time, just what to do after graduation?
Open a dessert shop?
Yes. At that time, I felt that there are only a few dessert shops, and now there are only 2 or 3 along the commercial street. So, if we don't succeed with the books, we can open a dessert shop. I'll be the boss, and you be the boss lady.
What would that do?
What? Don't want to follow our youth's dream anymore?
I'll be on the losing end, alright? Since I've spent time with you, I haven't got a peaceful day.
Come on, you weren't liking that during the press conference. What's wrong?
Well, you could just not mention the whole thing. It's so embarrassing.
What about now? Do you still agree or not? I stopped and looked at her under the moonlight with the faint breeze blowing on my face.
Let me think.
Don't hesitate. Trust your first instinct.
Well then, yes.
Good. Let's get the marriage certificate tomorrow then.
So soon?
Well, wasn't it said that this type of certificate could easily be done with a few bucks?
This is way too casual.
I just don't want you to regret and then back down in the end.
You're the one who could back out.
No, it would be you. Ruta finally smiled. The world around us is changing all the time, and the only thing that remains the same may be the feelings between us. Oh, we're getting areas. We're getting areas, boys and girls. I'm gonna leave that one there. We're gonna do number 5 and 6. I did say I'm gonna keep it around about half an hour. I don't know how long this has been, but I feel like it's been about 20 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. I also stream on Twitch, so all that's linked down in the description below. So I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye bye.